Squid Game: 8 Ways the American Spinoff Will Be Different from the Original Show. Although Squid Game's divisive conclusion closed the curtain on Netflix's hit series, the franchise looks like it will continue through an American spinoff, which is bound to bring massive changes. The K-drama made headlines when it first debuted, as its dark and brutal concept hooked viewers, instantly cementing the show as one of Netflix's most prestigious projects. Its reputation only continued to grow, with Season 2 taking the story in a slightly different direction, setting up Squid Game's Season 3's bleak ending. While some viewers were left unsatisfied with how things wrapped up, Ji-hun's journey did at least come to a definitive close. However, the twisted competition could still return through the rumored spin-off set in America. The series is still unconfirmed at the moment, but considering the IP has already branched out into games and reality shows, it would be more surprising if Squid Game didn't return. As a result, people have already started pitching some theories about Squid Game's American spin-off, and the new setting looks destined to be wildly different compared to the original. Squid Game's American spin-off won't be from Hwang Dong-hyuk. Hwang Dong-hyuk's creative vision allowed Squid Game to be brought to life after numerous rejections, but he is unlikely to be involved in the American spin-off. While Dong-hyuk will presumably still have some input to ensure the lore and characters fit within his universe, it's David Fincher who looks like he will take charge of the US version. The Oscar-winning director was a surprising name to be associated with such a project, but his track record suggests he'd be a great choice, as he is capable of maintaining the franchise's gritty tone while adding new ideas. Without Dong-hyuk, there is no doubt Squid Game's American spinoff will feel strange, but this may be exactly what it needs. As exciting as the initial premise was, the K-drama was long overdue a bit of a refresh, and Cate Blanchett's Squid Game Season 3 cameo already hinted at the story going in a new direction, with Fincher being a safe bet to take this popular IP to the next level. The American setting will introduce completely different characters and personalities. Having followed Ji-hun for 3 seasons, Squid Game featured a variety of characters that both challenged and encouraged his outlook on life, but America's contestants are bound to have completely different personalities. The protagonist will presumably have a distinct background and motivation to keep things fresh, while those involved in the games should also be unique. It'll be a huge challenge trying to surpass some of Squid Game's best characters, but the American cast has a strong opportunity to stand out. Seeing a morally gray lead competing with the sole intention of winning would put a new spin on things, and we may even discover that those in charge of the competition have entirely different beliefs from In-ho. The challenges will be based on American games, not Korean ones. Perhaps the most notable change between the American Squid Game and the original will be the games themselves. Seeing classic Korean children's games being turned into a battle of life and death is what made the series so compelling, but with a spin-off, it will be American pastimes that take center stage, providing a whole new dynamic. Seeing the American Squid Game feature children's games such as dodgeball, Simon Says, The Floor is Lava, and hopscotch runs the risk of making these challenges feel more physical than tactical, but there are still plenty of ways these activities could test the challenger's intellect and strategy. Regardless, we probably won't be seeing the unsettling dolls and obscure tests that have become so iconic in the next project, but these American games still leave room for heartbreaking twists and brutal betrayals.